challenging the constitutional validity of the Waqf Amendment 2025. A bench comprising Chief Justice Sanjiv Khanna and Justices Sanjay Kumar and KV Vishwanathan was willing to issue a notice on the petitions and pass a short order. However, the centre and some of the states have sought time to place their submissions before any interim order is passed. The Apex Court will now hear the matter at 2 p.m. today. In just few hours, the Apex Court will hear the petitions once again. Sambhav Sharma is joining me live on the broadcast. Sambhav, what are you picking up as far as now the Apex Court continues to hear the Waqf petitions for yet another day, where the observations made yesterday categorically, in fact, signaled that the violence that has erupted even in Murshidabad after the Waqf Amendment protest that rocked is condemnable?
Well, day two hearing, a very crucial hearing on the Waqf Amendment Act, the petitions challenging this act in the Supreme Court is to begin in few hours from now. It's scheduled for 2 p.m. The Chief Justice of India yesterday made it clear that the Supreme Court will hear the matter again on Thursday and scheduled the matter for 2 p.m. Three-judge Supreme Court bench is to hear this matter again, and it is likely that they could pass an order because they proposed yesterday, when the hearing underwent for around 2 hours in the top court of the country, the Supreme Court proposed that they could come up with an order on Thursday, and it is to be seen if any order comes, what order will the Supreme Court pass, because there were many questions raised by the bench led by Chief Justice of India Sanjiv Khanna, and the CJI questioned different provisions of the particular act, this Waqf Amendment Act, wherein Chief Justice of India Sanjiv Khanna questioned Solicitor General Tushar Mehta, who appeared for the centre in this matter, over Section 9 of the particular act, which deals with the inclusion of the two non-Muslim members into this Waqf Council and the Waqf Board. So, the bone of contention basically is the inclusion of the non-Muslim members into this particular this Waqf Board and Waqf Council. So, all these questions were raised by the bench.
All right, Advocate Fusail Khan, who's a Supreme Court lawyer, is joining me live on the broadcast. Sir, appreciate you joining me at this point of time on the broadcast. Day two, in fact, for Supreme Court to hear the Waqf petition as it continues to challenge the constitutional validity. Now, yesterday, as per the hearing took place, there were observations and remarks made by the bench of the Supreme Court concerning to the remarks and the objections that were raised in pertaining to the reforms of the Waqf. How do you, in fact, look at now today, as at 2 p.m. there will be fresh hearings that will be taken place, and what is the expectation by the bench of the Supreme Court that will today put this in focus once again?
When the hearings were concluded in various writ petitions, there was a remark by the Chief Justice of India which said that, would you appreciate if we include people in the endowments and trusts which are found by different communities? So there was no answer to this. And then yesterday itself, there was another question with regard to Waqf by user. So today, the court may think of granting interim staying the entire act, and they will examine it, which is most likely to happen as per the newspaper reports, all the major newspaper reports that have come in today. So let us see how things unfold today. But there is one thing sure, that the court has been little cautious while dealing with this act, and they may proceed towards granting of a stay against the act, and they may continue to examine it, and they may even refer it to a larger bench of 5 judges or 7 judges to examine the act. So this may happen today, but let us see how arguments unfold today.
Well, absolutely, Mr. Khan, but at the same time, there are remarks which have been made by the political sides. And I know that is the legal jurisdiction in which capacity we are speaking, but there are remarks that have been made on the constitutional validity of the Article 26 of the Constitution, where
Yes.
the left parties and the opposition has been maintaining that now the Waqf is the violation, Waqf bill is the violation of the Article 26 of the Constitution. So, would that be a consideration also while pronouncing and while proposing the order for further, in fact, hearing or when deciding about what way should now the Waqf bill to go?
Yes, definitely, because Article 26 and 27 of the Constitution of India do provide, propagate, and promulgate your religion, and the activities which are given to the linguistic communities also, including the religious community. So this is one of the major aspects that has to be examined by the Supreme Court of India, and let us see how the court is going to look into it. But definitely, what the political parties say, that's a different aspect. But within the legal framework, it has to be examined, because this is a kind of a intrusion which the court may see, that you are actually intruding into the personal affairs and by violating the Constitution of India, the provisions of the Constitution of India.
Mr. Khan, also one very important point is that the bench had issued 4 points. And now, in fact, the advocate Mujibur Rahman also told media that on the SC hearing in Waqf Act case, the bench issued these points and now they said that the notice will be issued. So what can be looked forward in that context?
See, as of now, there is one thing which has to be brought to the notice of your viewers is that yesterday the court also said one thing which is very important and which has to be reminded, that the court said that why don't we refer the matter back to the high courts, because they also have the same powers as the Supreme Court while examining an act. Like for an example, if we see that there was a cattle act which was passed by the central government, and it was challenged before the Madras High Court, and the Madras High Court had stuck, which later on came to the Honorable Supreme Court of India. So this is also one of the aspects which the court may consider. But seeing the magnitude of this act, the kind of effect this is going to create within the country, so they may consider it, hearing it before them.
All right.